Hey everyone, Sam here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Studio Series 86 number 21 Commander Class Ultra Magnus, a figure that I have very much wanted in my collection for years now, and I'm so happy to finally have him in my collection. So as we take a quick look at the front of the box, we have Ultra Magnus blasting away at the Decepticons invading Autobot City. The Transformers the movie 8621 Studio Series Ultra Magnus by Hasbro. Takara Tomy, Transformers Generations. On the top you got the Transformers the movie, Autobot Shuttle right there. On the side of the box you have Ultra Magnus. He is a Commander Class, and this was the first Commander Class into Studio Series at the time. On the other side of the box we have Ultra Magnus. And on the back of the box you have all the things that he can do, and he's just a insanely gimmick-packed figure. So that is basically it for the box. Does he live up to my hype? Let's get him out of the box and check him out. And moving right along, here we have Ultra Magnus in his armored truck and trailer mode. And he is definitely way more G1 accurate than the Kingdom and Siege figures that came before him. I love the way this vehicle mode looks. It looks almost exactly like the G1 toy. So let's get a closer look at the details. You got some nice white there for the cab. Got some nice silver there for the front grille, some silver for the headlights, right for the bumper. Got the nice silver there for the rims, and all 6 of those wheels are pinned on. Moving on to the back, you got a nice Autobot symbol right there. Lots of nice blue plastic there. Got the missile pods, which they don't actually fire. They just plug in, but they are blast effect compatible. But they don't actually shoot out. They just plug onto there, which is a little disappointing. And moving on to the back, it's basically the same like back of Ultra Magnus's trailer that we have gotten so many times before. But you can open up the ramp, and he can hold a few of your chug-scaled Autobot cars. So you can have Ironhide in there, you can have Bumblebee in there as well. You can't really close it up though. And then you can have like a couple more cars on the top. You can have Prowl on the top there. Yeah, he can tow your chug scaled cars if you want him to. And all of these wheels are pinned on, so he does roll extremely well. And there you have that. As far as accessories go, he does include his big old rifle here, which is beautifully painted in this metallic silver paint right here, and he does have a clear tab right there, and a 5mm post, and the blaster is also blast effect compatible. And he also does include a smaller pistol as well, so you can dual wield some guns. And the way they store is they just plug onto either side of the trailer here. And that's how you store his weapons. Now, as far as size comparisons go, we do have a lot of size comparisons to go through. So here he is with 86 movie Bumblebee. Here he is with 86 movie Prowl from the 2-pack. Here he is with 86 movie Ironhide. Here he is with 86 Galvatron. These two were in a very notorious scene together. Here he is with Age of the Prime's Megatronus the Fallen, which I do still have yet to review. Cannot wait to review this guy. He's an awesome figure in his own right. And last but not least, we're going to bring in 86 Prime. And it would not be a fair comparison to do 86 Prime without his trailer, so I do have his trailer hooked up to him, and these guys look amazing together with both of their trailers hooked up. And speaking of which, you can separate the cab of Ultra Magnus from the trailer, and I will talk more about that as we get into the transformation of Ultra Magnus. And speaking of that, let's get Ultra Magnus into his robot mode so you can see this insanely involved transformation. To get Ultra Magnus into his robot mode, it is a bit of a workout here. So first thing you're going to want to do is take the missile pods and remove them. And you're going to want to come back here and undo these tabs right here. And then you're going to also want to undo the sides right here and fold these panels in on that like so. So just fold those panels in and fold them back. Then what we are going to do is we are going to separate the arms here by a few tabs and slots. Just give that a wiggle, and that should free up his arms. And then what we are going to do is we are going to disengage this section right here. If I can, let me just get my nail in there and pry it out. You're just going to want to make sure that this section right here. Now let's do the other side first. So we're going to do the other side first. So just unclip it there and fold it down. That should allow you to get your fingers in here and undo the other side as well. Just straighten this out. There we go. Undo the other side, and we will just leave those like that for now. And then we're going to move on to the legs. So for the legs, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take these sections that we previously undone and squeeze them together, squeeze them in as far as they will go. And you're going to want to take these panels right here. They will just unclip and fold back. You want to take these sections right here, slide them back, and fold them down like so. And you're going to want to split the legs. You're going to want to take the wheel sections right here, and they will shift up and click into place. There's a soft tab right there, so they will just shift up and lock into place there. And then you're going to want to take the entire feet and just ratchet them up on some very sturdy ratchet joints. And they will just clip into place like so. And that is one issue that I have with this figure. The cab always likes to fall off when I transform him. If anyone knows a fix for that, please let me know. It is super annoying when he does that. But now we are going to stand him up and work on the torso. For the torso, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take the back wheels and just collapse them in. You are going to want to take these side panels here. You're just going to want to get your nail in there and just pry them out. There we go, and that will just sort of disengage all of this. And this is really cool what they did here. Clear plastic inserts. I love it that they did this. It will ensure a long and prosperous lifespan for Ultra Magnus through many transformations. I love messing with my figures, and I love how these whole sections were not cast in brittle plastic and instead are clear plastic inserts. So we're just going to take those sections, fold them down. You want to take the tires, fold them in. You're going to want to take this front section right here, fold it back like so, and then we're just going to spin Ultra Magnus around, fold that in. We're going to open all of this up. Oh, okay, let's focus here. Okay, so you're going to want to take these two sections right here, flip them out to the sides, rotate the smokestacks in, unclip these panels right here. Actually, hold on a second. You're going to want to take this crotch piece, move it down, move this down, and then rotate this entire section around like so. There we go. Then you're just going to want to fold all of this back and over his head right here. This is the really fiddly part right here. He just keeps coming, the cab just keeps coming loose. Okay, there we go. So now we have everything properly oriented. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take all of this, collapse it against his back here. This should snap into place, fold this back. There we go. Then we are going to take this entire assembly right here, and it will just clip down into place and like that. And then we can take these sections right here and just clip them in. We are going to want to take these panels right here, and they will fold up like origami. You're going to want to clip that in. Rotate the arm up on some very tight ratchets. Do the same for the other arm. There we go. And there we go. There we have the arms. And now we're going to take the legs. We are just going to unclip them from this back tab and plug them in right here, which will extend his legs right there, and that will leave him standing. And the last thing we are going to do is the arms. So you're going to want to undo these tabs right here. This will all fold down. Oh, you're also going to want to fold in that gap filler there. This will swing down. This will swing around. All of that will lock into place. And then you take the forearm cuff, open it, shift it up, close it back up. Do the same for the other arm here. So we're just gonna flip this around. Undo these clips right here. There we go. There we go. That one's always really tight up. Fold in the gap filler. Just plug up. Just swing all that down. And then we're gonna take the forearm. There we go. Shift it up. Close it up. There we go. Then last thing I am going to do, we are going to take the missile pods, and they will just plug in like so. Plug in on one shoulder, plug it in on the other shoulder. And there we go. There we have 86 Ultra Magnus in robot mode. And this is possibly the definitive chug-scaled G1 Ultra Magnus of all time. He looks amazing. So let's get a closer look at the old noggin there. It's a very nice Ultra Magnus-y head sculpt. He does have some really, really lovely light piping there, and I will see if I can show that on camera here. He does have really nice light piping on him. And yeah, that the way his eyes glow when he's like under any kind of light, it's just amazing. Yeah, and the horns here were attached separately, packed separately in the box. They just plug into the sides of his head, and they do hold on fairly strongly. As we move down towards the rest of the figure, he's got some nice white there for the belt there. Got some nice red there for the knees and at the legs. These are like a carbon copy of MP22's legs right here. He's just a very, very nicely done Ultra Magnus all around. And he's even got some nice back detailing with a little silver there on the backpack, nice butt flap. Oh, I forgot to show. The butt flap does plug in for transformation, but he can just unpeg that as well. And speaking of which...
Damn, boy, he's thick, boy!
Ultra Magnus is thick! Anyways, as far as articulation goes, the head is on a ball joint. This will wiggle around. He can look up that far. That is unnatural. He can look down about that far. Head can do a full 360. Yep. And the arms, oh boy, here are the arms. The arms can rotate on this super duper tight ratchet. Can do a full 360. Can move in and out. Does have a soft ratchet at the elbow. He does have bicep rotation. Does have wrist rotation as well. It's very stiff on mine though. And he does have the trigger finger 3-finger split that Optimus and Megatron had. He does have a nicely stiff waist joint. The legs can move forward that far, back about that far on a nice soft ratchet. Outward can do the full splits. Kind of wish that was a ratchet though. Does have thigh rotation. Does have 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and the feet have just an ankle tilt. So for a big hulking Commander class figure, he is very well posable. He's super articulated. And there's one more thing that I would like to show off with this guy before I get into like some of the other accessories and stuff that he can do, is you can give him the matrix. He does come with the matrix of leadership, and when you lift this up, the matrix chamber springs open, and I love how that's spring-loaded. It's a really cool gimmick there. And the matrix is basically the same matrix that we've gotten with previous figures, and it is kind of a pain to get out. But yeah, it's basically the same matrix that we've gotten with previous figures there, and it just plugs into the chest right there. And you can just close that up like so. And he can hold both of his weapons right here. And they just plug into his hands, standard 5mm port system. And both of his weapons are blast effect compatible, so you can put a big blast effect right here on one gun and another blast effect on this gun right here, so you can have him blasting away at some unfortunate Decepticons. And as an additional bonus, we can take the missile pods off, and we can put some blast effects on the missile pods as well to have a quadruple blast effect thing going on here. So yeah, he is built like a juggernaut, armed like a juggernaut, and he is all around a very great figure. The weapons do have respective spots that they go on. The big rifle tabs into the butt flap there, and the pistol will just tab on to his backpack there, and that's how that stores. And one final thing I would like to show off before I go into the robot mode size comparison, reverse transformation, final thoughts, all that jazz, is a pretty morbid gimmick on Hasbro's part. And I'm going to show you how this works. So what you do is you undo the arm there, and you hold this spring down, and boom, you can rip his arm off. You can take the other arm off as well. And then moving on down to the legs, they do have that other spring, but these are super complicated to get out. That so one will come out, one just comes out like that, one just comes out like that really easily. And then, but this one is really, this one, like, I always end up ripping out the mushroom peg, so I'll just quickly fix that. And they just split apart just like that. And when all of that is said and done, you can totally replicate the part in the movie where he is brutally blown to bits and murdered by the Decepticons. Yay! Oh my gosh, Hasbro has a weird obsession of incorporating death gimmicks into their figures. It is so morbid and hilarious at the same time, and it's awesome that this figure can do that. You can just recreate that traumatic scene in the movie where he's brutally murdered by the Decepticons. I'm not gonna do it as much because it requires a scary amount of force to, like, remove his limbs, so, like, I don't want to risk breaking him, so I probably won't do that a lot, but it's awesome that it's a feature nonetheless. As far as robot mode size comparisons go, we do have a lot to get through. So here we have 86 Bumblebee, and Magnus just towers over 86 Bumblebee. Here we have 86 Prowl, if he will stand for the love of God. And yeah, we have 86 Prowl, and which means I had to transform this guy again. There are several reasons why I will not review the 2-pack, and frustrating transformations is one of them. I hate transforming this thing. Here we have him with 86 Ironhide. Here we have him with 86 Optimus Prime, and these two look quite good together. Here we have him with 86 Galvatron, the bot who ordered the brutal execution of Ultra Magnus. Here we have Age of the Prime's Megatronus, another really good figure in his own right. And I cannot wait to review this guy. And finally, I have to do this. Here he is with the King, Siege, Jetfire. And still, Jetfire's the king. He towers over him. He's a big bot. He is a big bot. I like big bots, and I cannot lie. Now to get Ultra Magnus back into his alt mode, we are going to start off with the legs. We are just going to undo the legs from this front tab and just tab them in to the back there, if they have not done so on their own already. Yep, so we will just tab, and you can see it adds quite a bit of height difference to the legs there, so I'm just going to do that on the other side right there. And there we go, and that's how you do the legs. You're going to want to take the missile pods, just unplug them, set them off to the side. Prowl just fell over, and we can just rotate his arms up on those tight ratchets. We can just undo these clips right here and extend all of this out. Then we can just undo this flap right here, untab these side sections right here, unclip the chest. All of this will just come over the top of his head right there. And then we can take this entire back section right here, and that's just disengaged. That is really annoying that he does that. We can take this section right here, flip it out, flip this panel out, take the tires and just flip them down like so. You're going to want to take the chest here and just align it up appropriately, and it will just tab into place. Bring these in, bring up the smokestacks. Then you're just going to want to take all of this and bring it over the top of Ultra Magnus's head. You're going to want to lean. Okay, so what you're going to, okay, let's rework this here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to lean his head back slightly and then just shove all of that through, and then do all of this right there. His head will just tab into the bottom of the truck right there. If I can, on camera, it's off camera, he's not as frustrating as he is on camera, but of course the camera's on, so he's going to be super frustrating today. Okay, so I'm just going to tab his head in like so. There we go. And then we'll just leave that alone for now. And now I'm going to move him down. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to tab the chest. You're going to want to tab all of that back in. If it has come undone, you're just going to want to tab that back in. You're going to want to take all of this and just line it up, and that will just sit right there for now. You're going to want to take the panels, side panels, and just fold them up, and they will clip into place like so. They are kind of tight. There we go. Then you're just going to do the same for this other side panel. It will just fold up and clip into place. We're going to fold all of this up, and that will just tab into place like so. Then you're going to want to take this crotch section right here, fold that in, rotate this section around, and fold this in like so. Then you're just going to want to take these two sections and raise them up. Now let's turn our attention to the legs. Okay, so for the legs here, we're just going to want to take the wheels and shift them down ever so slightly. Just shift them down like that. Then you're just going to want to take the feet and just ratchet them up. Like so. Just make sure they go all the way up, and they will just tap together like that. You want to take the butt flap and just clip it back in. You want to take these panels right here, and they will just clip in over the top to hide the thighs. And then now we can just focus on the arms. But before we do that, we're going to want to take the back truck wheels, and they will just fold down like so and soft lock into place like that. And now we can focus our attention on the arms. So for the arms, you're going to want to fold them back like so. Want to clip these into place. You're going to want to take this panel right here, unclip it, and fold it around. Take this gap filler, just take it and fold it up. And you're going to take this panel, open it up, shift the arm forward, and close it over the hand. And now we will do the same for his other arm. There we go. Once we have the arms transformed, we're going to want to take these sections right here, fold them up, and shift them forward. And you're going to want to take the arm here, and it will just fold up, and it will tab in right there, like that. And then it will just, and you're just going to want to tab this in right now to hold that in place while you do the other arm. There we go. Just tab all of that in place. And the arms do have various tabs and slots that they do connect into, like so, right there. And the front arms can be a bit finicky as well. These front tabs can be a bit finicky as well. Okay, then the last few things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take this section right here, fold it up, fold that in, do the same on the other side. Then we're going to take the missile pods, bring them back in and plug them into the trailer here. And the last thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take the cab, trailer, slide the cab forward, and there we go. There we have Ultra Magnus back in alt mode. And the last thing to talk about is the included display base that comes within the box. I kind of wish that Hasbro would bring this back for the Studio Series figures. These are really awesome. It's just the Autobot shuttle and during the invasion of Autobot City, and you just plop him right down there and have him look all nice and intimidating. So there you have my review of 86 Ultra Magnus, and he is a really good figure. Transformation with the cab falling out, it's kind of annoying, but it does not take away from the absolute amazing figure this guy is. I'm really stoked to finally have him in the collection here, and I will cherish him for many years to come. Yeah, and I would definitely recommend like Ultra Magnus fans or any like Transformers fan to get this guy because you will have a blast messing with him. So that is my review of the 86 Ultra Magnus. Don't forget to check out my other reviews, and I will see you in the next video, which will either be the Age of the Primes Megatronus review or the Studio Series Bone Crusher review.